Hey, really amazing people. How are you? I hope so. You all are absolutely fine. And in that particular video, I'm just going to talk about how we can create our podcast. Recently I have created, or you can say, recorded a video on podcast, that what actually podcast is and how we can generate revenue, or you can say how we can earn money through the podcast. So I'll get some of the comment from the Raz that we get to know about that what actually the podcast is, but how we can create our own podcast and how we can record our first voiceover, you can say our first podcast, and how we can spread that particular podcast on a lot more platform. So in that particular video, I'm just going to talk about, or I'm just going to show you that step by step, you can say procedure, that how we are going to create our podcast. And if you watch, then you are able to create your own podcast, and it will be spread out on a lot more platform. You know what, first of all, I will tell you that if we have to create our own podcast, then we have a lot more option. Like we have a anchor.fm, we have podcasthost.com, and there are plenty of, you can say, the website or application that we can use to create our own podcast. But in that particular video, I'm just going to talk about especially anchor.fm that I'm using since November, and I'm just going to talk about that particular anchor.fm application. You can say application, or you can go through the website. So here we go. So I'll go in the Play Store and type it here, anchor.fm. So simply type anchor. Okay, my net is not on. Okay, and you'll find that this application, let's see some of the description, that that is not necessary, but I have recorded, that's why I'm going to talk about that. So see the description, that what is the version, what is the, you can say, version number, whatever you can say. So finally, let's go ahead and open it, because I already have installed in my phone. So open. So you'll see this is the interface. You can log in from the top, and you can log in through your Gmail also, or you can sign up if you don't have it. So I already have account, so when I log in, so it will open my account, that I have already recorded some of the podcasts. So I will tell you some of the thing that how we can what is the thing comes up when you start your new podcast. So this is the thing. Now type on the plus, or let's see the interface, what is actually here. The discover button, this is the interface, and on a tool bottom, on a tool, go to tool, tap on tool, tool, there is a such interface, and there is a voice message and record option, library, in interface, sounds, and songs. So you see these are the interface. Now so let's record our first podcast. So you can record here from, let's see. So hey everyone, how are you? I hope so you all are absolutely fine, and this is the only, you can say, nothing, just recording, nothing. So see, stop it, I think. Ho gaya. Now you can add background music from here. See, so I'm going to add the Sandeep Maheshwari. Yep. So I can add it. So now you can save on the bottom, that is given in the bottom. And write anything like recording. Recording. You can write it down here, recording. And so it's going to upload. Okay, so now add a sponsorship segment. You see, add a sponsorship segment. It will be come to you up when you have recorded at least more than 10 podcasts, then you will got that particular sponsorship. But when you started that, you don't got the sponsorship at that point of time. Now publish. So episode title, nothing else, write something, anything, podcast, and you see here, and that is going to season 1 and episode 1, and that's published now. Fine. And you can add tag like I can add Gary V. Yep. And Jace, Digital Pratik, and I'm just going to Jay Setti, and next one is Mind Valley, and next one is Robin Sharma. Yeah, Robin Sharma. So yeah, these are the now done. So my podcast is live. Now you can share this podcast, copy the link, or you can go with more option, and you see there is an option like Gmail, WhatsApp, and Instagram. Okay, fine. Now let me tell you that because when you create your own podcast, so it's my how much I have recorded, like more than 60, around 60 podcast I'll have recorded now. See in this section that I'll show some of the money that I'll generated. So you can see the analytics that how many people are listening my podcast. So I just recently started and I don't have so much network. Now let's see the distribution status, that you can spread out on a lot more platform like say Google Podcast or Spotify, and even Apple Podcast, Beakercast, Google Podcast, Overcast, Pocket Cast, Radio Public. So it will come when your podcast become so much interesting, or you can say when you create a lot more. Now when you created the you can see your name, your email, your custom URL. When you create your own podcast for the first time, then you'll got the some of the option, and you can upload your album art, and option is here that what is your category, entrepreneurship, and there is a lot of category that your podcast is about what. So let's see business news, entertainment news, sports news, religions like religions and spirituality, Buddhism, Hinduism, Islam, religious, spirituality, science. lot of option has there, so you can create your own podcast as per your choice. Okay, so let's see the technology. I'm going to change that because my podcast is not about the technology. So how I'm going to change up, I don't have to, I just go back, don't save the whatever I have did it. So when I don't save, just go not right, thanks. So I'll got back. Okay, so that's the thing. So I hope you all got that how we can create our own podcast and how we can generate revenue and how we can spread out our own podcast on a lot more platform. I think you got it. So that's it for as of now for that particular video, and thank you very much for watching this video till the end, and keep smiling and be happy, and thank you very much.